It's Merciless Thunder, and welcome back to Minecraft Mondays. Without further ado, let's get right into this.
Alrighty, guys. Start off, I just wanted to show you some sort of an anomaly that's been happening lately. I have no idea why. But my conduit keeps being invaded by land mobs. Now, I don't know if this is probably just a light level issue, I'm guessing. I don't even know if this thing kills land mobs. As far as I know, it kills all hostile mobs. But lately I've had so much trouble with this. It's either drowns or it's these two guys. They're all over the place and I have no idea why they keep spawning in that particular location. So, yeah, I've been dealing with that lately. Let's see if we can... Okay, so that one's down. Let's see if it'll attack this one. Oh, it does. Okay, that's convenient. That's nice. So, but they're not... Every time I come here, there's always a host of mobs just kind of camping right in that general area. And I'm not really sure why. I'm not sure, exactly how that's happening. But anyway, just want to show you that. It's kind of a weird little anomaly that keeps happening in my world. Alright, guys, but today, what I plan to do is locate a waterfall. Right? So you know that you can make a waterfall quite simply. You just pour a bucket of water on a high location. It'll cascade all the way down. But I want to find a naturally spawned in waterfall on this map. And I want to build a house inside the waterfall. It's like one of the sneakiest places you can build a waterfall in Minecraft. Did I just say build a waterfall? Oh, what is wrong with me, guys? It's one of the simplest places sneakiest places you can build a hideout in Minecraft. If you're on a server, especially, I have a waterfall in mind, and especially with that particular location, that's a really good place to hide. For the simple reason that it's located in a mountain biome with snow, so people are going to be less inclined to go to that area anyway, because there's so many steep cliffs. So if you're actually in the waterfall, you have no trouble getting up and down the mountain. So it's an actually really ideal location for a hideout. I did find something, guys. This is one of the first things I ever built in Minecraft. Look at this. This is a summer resort that I had built a while back up in the mountains that are probably... It's probably one of the farthest places I've ever gone from home. When I was doing that initial exploration, like I told you guys, with the boat, I found this mountain range, and it's a considerable distance from my house. It's not the one that was right next to my house, guys. It's probably 2 or 3 biomes later. Look at what I had. Oh my gosh, I had that particular type of flower, even back then. Wow, I'm actually really honored to see this. Like, it has been literally a year since I've been at this location. I just had to show you guys that, because I have not seen that building in a very, very long time. And I was planning on expanding it, but there it is. Just sitting there, where it's been this whole time. Alright guys, let's jump right into the build here. So basically what I did to start was I got a pretty large waterfall. Like, this waterfall is considerable height. Considerable distance up and down. The good thing with height, you would think it'd be more dangerous, but actually I feel like it's less dangerous because, especially when you have a cascade like I do underneath it, I feel like it's less dangerous for the simple reason that if you accidentally get out of the water and start falling, you have plenty of chance to get back in the water and catch yourself. So the first thing I did, though, for this particular build was I got a bunch of wood, because you're going to need a lot of it. Wood is probably wood or you could use dirt as well. I just like the look of wood. So what I did was I built this tower to make it straight and level. Now you saw how quick I went up that slope, and the reason I did was that you can actually make an elevator using a water flow. And what you're going to have to do is make sure that you have a absolutely flat, level surface behind that water flow. So you can use wood, you can use different things like that, and you'll be able to get you can either go up or down with really relative ease. I would say probably more ease than even you'd have with a slime block elevator. So then what you're going to want to do is clear out the area where you're going to actually start the house. And this can actually be a real challenge. I'm sure you guys, as you know, it's pretty difficult to mine underwater. So you're going to want to make up, you're going to have to do 2 blocks to get yourself actually inside the waterfall. And that can be kind of difficult to line up. So get that started. So then what I did, I hollowed out the rest of the room the way I wanted it. You can make yours however big you want it. My mountain was relatively small, so I kept the room simple and relatively small. It's still kind of spacey, for an average Minecraft house. But so hollow it out as quickly as you can. Get yourself some space. You want some storage space. You're gonna want some other things like that. You're gonna want possibly 2 or 3 bedrooms. You could even do stories if you wanted to. You could have multiple entrances. That's the cool thing about a waterfall house is you don't have to have stairs to get to your second story. You could have 2 doors to get to a second story. You could put an entire apartment complex inside the waterfall if you wanted to. It's totally up to you. It depends on your space. It depends on how much time you're willing to spend on it. So so basically I just made a simple room with a storage chamber adjacent to that room. Then, the first thing I always do, once I have an actual structure, is I get a crafting table. Because you're going to need it, especially in survival mode. You're going to need a crafting table to get the materials you need to complete the house, because it's an actual house. It's not just a shed or a shack. It has to have actual furnishings. So now what I'm doing, guys, as you see, is I'm putting in the overhead lighting, which is going to be redstone wired. And to do that, I'm going to have to actually dig into the mountainside. And that can be a bit of a challenge. As long as you know where you're relatively where you're at, dig straight down. I know that people tell you not to do that. But you'll run into the room anyway if you miss. So so dig straight down to the area where your redstone lamps are at, and then once you're there, build a little like staircase so that you can get up into that area, and as you see here, hollow out a room that you can have your wiring at, your redstone wiring. So that's what I did here, is I got a little maintenance access port overhead so that I could get up into this general area for the wiring. So you can wire it however you want. I have, 3 lamps. I have 1 in the closet, 2 in the main room. Redstone is pretty versatile, and with the repeater, as you see over there, if you have repeaters, you can make that signal go forever. I mean, it'll keep on going for quite some distance. So that's what I'm doing here. And then, guys, you see what I did is I used the waterfall to get to the top of the mountain, and I'm making a very, very compact agricultural setup. It's also going to be automated, so there's not automated. It's going to be automatic harvesting. And the reason I do that is mainly because it's easy. Easy to pick up. So, you just completely surround the agricultural plot with pistons. You put hoppers in the middle, which I did not do here when I first built it, so that was in error. I had to modify that a little bit so that I could get it to work. Put a light post on top, because typically on the mountain, the light level is really low. Like, the mountain is one of the lowest light levels in the game. Like, there's lots and lots of flora and fauna, including hostile ones, in this general area. So make sure that you put a lot of light on the top of that mountain. As you can see, I put glowstones in the perimeter, not just in the garden, but in the actual perimeter, so that there'd be nothing hostile spawning up here in case I needed to grab some wheat or carrots. So now, what I'm doing, as you can see, is I'm wiring up the piston setup so that it can be used to automatically harvest the barley and the barley. I need to go to bed. The wheat and the carrots. So yeah. So don't do what I'm doing here. Don't fail at Minecraft. Don't fail with your redstone. Have it all on a straight and level surface, because if the second you start tearing your redstone is the second it's going to start getting weird and malfunctioning and doing things you don't want it to do. So yep, have the redstone on top, on the same level, and get it exactly the way you want it. Customize it. You don't have to put it in a box like I have it. There's different ways you can do this. So, yep. So then, as you can see, I got the switch set up. I also added the hoppers in the center. So yeah, it's functional. This one is a little bit trigger happy because of how few hoppers I have for collection. So some of the carrots and stuff like that aren't going to quite land in there so easily. But thankfully, because of the compactness of this layout, it's really easy to get started. It's really easy to get stuff planted on the top of the mountain here. I was actually a little bit worried about the climate, but so far I haven't had any trouble. So it appears that's not a thing, which is good. I mean, I don't want it to be a thing. I don't want to have trouble with it. So you know, relatively compact, simple build. There's nothing terribly hard about this. And it's really convenient, and it's right on top of the mountain. So the only thing I have to do to get there, because the mountain is so narrow, everything has to be made compact. So, but the only thing I have to do to get there is to climb up my waterfall. So the waterfall is something about it to me is just pleasurable. It's a really good place to put a house. It just is. And you wouldn't think that. You know, you would think a waterfall would be somewhere you wouldn't want to go. You would think, in real life it's a torrential place. You know, you're gonna have some difficulty living in that particular location. But it's actually a pretty cool build. I'm not gonna lie. In Minecraft, it's a really good place to settle down. And if you're in a server-based world, it could be a really good hiding spot. Not too many people are going to look across and see that door inside of the waterfall. So it's actually a really, really cool place to build, guys. I really had a lot of fun with this build, and I hope you do too. Customize. Do whatever you want with your build. It's really flexible, and there's a lot you can do with this waterfall. But anyways, dudes, hope you liked that. Hope it was a little bit, informative. It was a pretty cool build. I really enjoyed it. There's a lot of places you can build houses, and you would not expect a waterfall to be one of them, but actually, it's a pretty cool place to put your house. I'm not going to lie, and it's hard to see, so kind of sneaky. Very sneaky. Any guys. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me, guys? Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Click like if you liked it. Subscribe for more, and we'll see you soon. We will see you on War Wednesday. Thunder out.